Good day, I'm Stacey Ann Smith, and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, June 17. In the wake of passing its 8th IMF test, Finance Minister Dr. Peter Phillips is asserting that government cannot afford to abandon its program to reform the Jamaican economy. The minister made the assertion during a national broadcast on the economy Tuesday night.
In the process of successfully passing these tests, we have rescued the economy from near collapse and earned the respect of our international partners.
He pointed to lower inflation and interest rates, a competitive exchange rate, increased foreign direct investment, and less reliance on borrowing as evidence that the country's finances are now in much better shape. The finance minister also addressed public sector demands for higher wages, saying government has offered what it can pay and could not afford to erode the debt reduction gains made so far.
We need to remind ourselves that it was the unsustainable level of debt built up over 40 years that brought us to the brink of bankruptcy and made the economic reform program indispensable to our nation's survival. While we appreciate the demand for a higher rate of wage increases at this time, we simply cannot afford it. We would lose all the gains that the country has made thus far.
In the meantime, the finance minister announced that 2 local resorts are close to being granted casino licenses as government seeks to add to Jamaica's tourism offerings. Minister Phillips said Cabinet had given approval for Harmony Cove Limited and Celebration Jamaica Development Limited to be given provisional development orders as approved integrated resort developers. This status is a precursor to the granting of a casino license.
We confidently expect that this will lead to a strengthening of the tourism industry's competitiveness and the bolstering of economic development through job creation, increased tax revenue, and additional demand for locally produced goods and services.
Harmony Cove and Celebration Jamaica will be building 2,000 hotel rooms each starting mid-2016. Both companies will be creating more than 6,000 jobs during and after construction. One entrepreneur is commending the government for improving the business environment and supporting the small business sector.
I'm actually very impressed with how the Jamaican government, how they have really rallied around small and medium enterprise companies like myself and try to find grants for us, try to find inroads into markets all over the world for us, and that's very good for us.
Mrs. Palmer Davis was speaking in an interview with JIS News at the Jamaica Diaspora Conference being held in Montego Bay. She is among hundreds of business people and overseas-based Jamaicans attending the 6-day conference. GSAT results are in, and most students were placed in schools of their choice.
73% of all GSAT placements involve one of the preferred schools that the child or their parent put down. Yes, 73%. 9,486, or approximately 25% of the students, have been placed on the grounds of proximity either to the primary school where they attended or to the homes, the addresses that they gave.
The Education Minister also revealed that students improved their performance in 4 of the 5 GSAT subjects. The GSAT results were distributed to the Ministry's regional offices and schools this afternoon. 37,575 students sat the exam. 33,546 of them were placed in high schools, 3,177 in technical schools, 836 in primary and junior highs, and 15 in special schools. No student was placed in an all-age or private institution. Meanwhile, the Education Ministry will be providing additional support to schools' math programs. There was a 3.7% decline in mathematics grades in this year's GSAT. To reverse that going forward, the Ministry will continue its interventions to place greater emphasis on students understanding the underlying concepts.
The Ministry of Education has begun a solid program of upgrading and coaching teachers of mathematics. You won't see the results of that effort that began last September immediately.
We're trying to be more consistent and deliberate, and the approaches we have been using that we found to be successful will be the similar approaches that we will apply.
And finally, the Education Ministry is currently in discussion with the Ministry of Finance to take funds from its budget to supplement the base salaries of teachers.
What we have said to the negotiating team, to the Ministry of the Public Service, is if we can assist in improving some of the particular allowances and perquisites outside of the base salary. Yes, outside of the base salary. That would make the terms and conditions of teachers more rewarding to them. We want to do that.
And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Stacey Ann Smith. Thank you for watching.